Tracy and the Big D here on a Wednesday night. We are slowly making our way closer to the number one track this week. Someone that's sitting at 26 this week is Allan Sinclair. A little bit of a funny story. People that follow your Facebook posts, Trace, to know what's coming up.
We've been up and down like yo-yos.
They would have been going, no, these are the boys, the people that cried wolf. You said you were going to have Allan Sinclair on the show 4 or 5 weeks ago, and then you're going to do it 3 weeks ago.
And I like to keep people in suspense.
Things have happened, but it doesn't matter. It's happening now, and Allan joins us now. Allan, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on the success of Angel Called Rose.
Yeah, thank you. Always pleasing to get a song played and people like it.
Certainly giving everybody a bit of a taste of Allan Sinclair and this particular song. And this was a co-write, wasn't it, with Leonie Weaver?
Leonie Wheeler, yeah.
Wheeler.
She wrote the story. Most songs, well, nearly every song I write, I have the melody first, and I sort of run it around my head until I click it with whatever lyrics whether they be mine or whether I co-write.
Oh, that's very interesting, because a lot of people that we speak to have the melody first, the words first, and then they try and find a melody to suit.
I have different melodies going on in my head all the time, 24/7.
See, if I wrote a song, I've written about 400 songs, Trace. They all sound the same, different lyrics, but they all sound the same. So I don't know. I tip my hat to anyone who can come up with different different melodies.
Yeah. Well, nowadays it's a lot easier for me because the time of day doesn't change. It can happen at 1 o'clock at night or whatever. But if I get a melody coming up in my head, I can now jump on my phone, record it,
yeah, and that's a big
and I
thing,
can keep
isn't
it. But I never ever lose melodies, but take me a long time prior to the phones these days. It used to take me a long time to recycle a melody.
Allan, you say nowadays, how long have you been a songwriter?
I used to get up early in the morning. The old man used to work at 4, or he used to get up at 4. Mum used to cook him breakfast, and they'd put the country radio station on, and I'd be listening to Hank Williams, Buddy Williams, whoever, Geordie Ranger.
Who was your favourite back then?
Anybody that had really good lyrics. I was always amazed by a story that produced itself. You knew where you were in the first line.
So what's in store for the rest of this year and moving forward to next year for Allan Sinclair?
Basically, just to get myself out there. I've just been accepted up in the Gympie Muster, so it's so different these days where the bookings are done 12 months, 2 years in advance. Never used to be like that, but now it is. So it's just taken me a while. I just got to keep going to all the country venues and all the country clubs that get me to go. I just keep spreading it around wherever I can.
Now, you talk about technology and how things have changed over the years. We're talking about the album, Thinking of You. This wouldn't be album number one then, would it?
Back in the 80s, I had a band called Saddle Tramps. The competition back in those days were astronomical as far as prize money goes. And we won Champion of Champions, and it was worth $25,000.
Wow.
Nowadays, I think the whole lot's only worth $1,000.
Yeah.
But back in those days, it was not only that $25,000, you got a record contract. So we actually brought out an album, 3 of my own songs, 3 originals, and all the rest were covers. We sold everything that we made on that one, and it was good. But bands inevitably break up, and after 10 years of Saddle Tramps, it broke up, and that's why I ended up in Tamworth.
So the 3 songs that you put on the Saddle Tramps album, do you sing those regularly as well?
One of them I do. The one that actually won the big prize.
And what was that called?
Swingin' High. It's about a rodeo band.
I thought it was going to be like an old gunfighter ballad then, Hang 'em high,
well,
swing 'em high.
My old man was connected with the rodeos years and years ago, and there was a bloke called Peter Pearl. He broke his collarbone in the last ride. He said, I'm going to pull out of the competition. But he drew the feature bull in the final, so he rode with a broken collarbone.
Way.
And won. And he used to say, I'll just swing 'em high. So that's got me into the story, and that's why, and it was pleasing. Like, it was the first, I wrote a lot of songs, but a lot of them I just threw in the bin. And that one, the whole band got involved, and we won won the competition with that song.
Thinking of You is the album, and if you like that story there about Swingham High, there are a lot of stories on this album that do draw you in. As you said, Alan, right from the very first couple of lines, you know where you're going to be sitting and you know where you're going to be taking on that ride. So you can hop onto Alan's Facebook pages, websites, all that sort of stuff. Get on there, have a listen, and I'm thinking get that through iTunes. Can we get it through iTunes, Alan?
Yes, we can. Yep.
Yep. So there we go. So
There you go.
no
The album's
excuses.
called Thinking of You, and here's the single Angel Called Rose. This is the number 26 track for this week. Allan Sinclair and Angel Called Rose. Thanks, Alan.
No worries.